At ITV, we've been marking International Women's Day. All of us in daytime got together recently, including my next two guests, which you'll know very well from Loose Women. Gloria Hunniford, Coleen Nolan are here, and they do like to speak their minds.
I would stand up for myself.
I've just never heard anything so ridiculous.
Let me finish.
I went to bed that night, but God, I wish I hadn't said that.
You might as well be kissing the person sharing the bag with you because the saliva. Pay a lot for your pants?
I don't, because I don't wear any.
This is what I love about this show, that you come on, you give your opinion about something, and maybe the whole nation isn't going to agree with you or whatever, but I just think if you start really self-editing and going, oh, I'm frightened of what people think, then the show's just, it will just never work.
Well, Gloria and Coleen, join me now. It is a joy to see both of you. And here we are, International Women's Day. What does that mean to you? Gloria, first of all, International Women's Day, what do you think when we're celebrating this day?
Well, I have to say, first of all, I think a lot about the women abroad who haven't had the privileges we've had.
Indeed.
And particularly thinking about Ukraine at the moment. I've never seen such strong women. But I suppose on a personal level and in this country, being the age I am, it's the fight that I had to have for a career and the point that we're at now with women. And I know that in the city there still isn't total equality or anything like that. But so much progress has been made in recent years. Whether you want to have a career or what I like about, see, in the old days, if you said you were just a housewife, there was a sort of a tiny stigma about that. But now I think women can have, if they want to stay at home with their children, they can. But if they want to have a career, if they want to work hard enough at it, they can have it.
No, exactly. And when you started out, I mean, you were such a trailblazer. You came to basically a room full of men in a sort of smoky atmosphere, all battering on their typewriters. And there you were, and determined to do just the stories that they were doing. There was, you weren't sort of like, you'll do the women's stuff.
No, you see, in a way, it was naive on my part and a bit innocent because I was given the job in broadcasting. How lucky. I mean, Coleen and I, there was a big age difference, but we started out as singers when we were children. So we had a little bit of money.
Of course you did.
But when I was given a job in BBC Belfast as a broadcaster, the very first day I started, the very forward-looking producer brought me into the newsroom. Bombs, bullets and barricades, by the way, at that time. The troubles had started. And he said, what do you see? And I said, well, I see a lot of men pounding away on typewriters. So he said, well, remember, you're not coming in as a woman to do knitting and sewing and recipes. He said, remember, you're as good as any bloke sitting here and you'll be out on the streets of Northern Ireland doing bombs, bullets and barricades just like them. So without ever having to analyse it, I never felt that I suffered from sexism because I always thought, I'm as good as any bloke.
Absolutely. And you had such an amazing person to mentor you in that sense.
He was so far ahead.
It's incredible. And Coleen, you girl power, way before the Spice Girls, you and your sisters. I mean, you really were. I mean, again, pioneers.
Well,
you were, though.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we were. And obviously in those times as well, like Gloria was saying initially, there was a lot of sexism because you were judged very much on how you looked or what size you were and all of those things. Never, talent was way down the line. If you looked right, you got the job. And so you did have to fight against that all the time. But, I'm in awe of people like Gloria and Janet Street Porter, because in their day it was so men-heavy, every job, really, and they fought through it and are still here and still doing it, and that's incredible.
And also it's the macho. I mean, I grew up in a very macho society in Ireland. My dad, we didn't have much money. We were two up, two down, not much money, but my mum wanted to have a little job. But he went, no woman of mine, no wife of mine, he said, it will ever work. I want to look after the family. And when I started my broadcasting job, my husband then, Don, said to me, well, he said, if you want to do it and if you can look after the kids and pick them up from school and fill the fridge and make the dinner and if you want to do it, fine. But that was the macho thing that you just thought was sort of almost the norm in Ireland.
I think if he'd have said that to me, he would have been the dinner.
I think he probably would have.
He'd have been in the fridge when the kids got home.
Depended how much you wanted to do the job, because when you wanted to do
what's
do
really
the job,
important is female friendship, and we see that. We see that every day with you guys on Loose Women. Of course we do, with all of the women on, and sometimes you let men in as well. You have chaps, but it's very, very important. It doesn't mean that you have to agree with each other all the time, because I know you don't. But there's mutual respect, and we rely so much on our female friends, don't we?
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. And I think with the show we do, which is lovely, which I don't think you see anywhere else really, is that it's every single age.
Yes.
It's not just a set age, it's every age. We've got people in their 20s right up to Gloria, we won't.
To my age, you see, I'm the oldest on the team.
But you're young.
No, but I love
Flo.
that about the show, and that we can, you know, it's every generation. So we've all got different ideas.
It's every generation watching at times.
Exactly.
You know, that's the other thing. But you know, the times really with my span of career and wanting the career and fight. I mean, I think you can get your luck, which I did, but then you have to work hard at keeping your luck and work hard at what you're actually doing. But I think, you know, I look at the photograph that was put up for this particular day, and I love that. In fact, I've just received a photograph of it in a frame.
It's
and
great,
at
isn't
my
it?
age, I will treasure that because I regard it as a privilege to see and work with these women. I genuinely do, honestly.
No, it is amazing. I love that photo. That's one that's going to be treasured.
Yeah,
definitely.
And it was incredible that we got us all on the one day. I mean, sadly, not every single woman on here
there was
because
some
you know
missing 'cause
some
they
were
were
on
working.
maternity leave, some were out of the country. You know, it was difficult, but we did manage to get a really, really good amount.
It was amazing.
Of fantastic.
And the
women.
camaraderie, you see, the other thing in terms of loose women that I like, this is only a slightly naughty story, but not really. When I was in Dublin, you know, last year before, this really, really elderly woman came up and she said to me behind her hand, I love that loose women so much. I said, why do you like it? She said, because you talk about sex and we were never allowed to. That brings us, though, to the point that we can talk about pretty well anything. I mean, you were talking about the menopause today, and I heard you say that 5 years ago it was difficult to get somebody to talk.
Yeah,
so the world has opened up, and I love, you know, again, at my age, I love the camaraderie. And as I say, there is a big difference in our age, obviously, but we have so much in common, don't we?
Can I ask you what age you are?
Pardon?
Are we allowed?
Yeah, I'm 81.
No.
Yes, you said the right thing. You said the right thing.
I know, it's incredible. And sadly, she finds it really hard to talk now, obviously.
In her dotage, I don't think so.
Glad we got up at
it's
6.
like you're in your prime. It's fantastic.
But, you know, I never think about age. I mean, I do when you get to the noughts, you know, you get to the 70 or 80. Yeah. But the rest of the time, I honestly don't, because I love my work so much. And, you know, a lot of my family will say, why don't you just take it easy and give... I don't want to give it up.
No, I don't think you'll ever stop now. No. And I think that's what keeps you the way you are and so young.
Yes.
And, you know.
Well, I have a zest for it, you know, and I learn something every day, as you do in this programme.
Oh, that's the one thing I always say, Gloria, and Coleen knows that too. Every single day we learn something. You know, sometimes it's something very profound. Yeah. Sometimes it's something maybe a little bit silly, but that's okay.
That's right.
That's life.
And then talking about Ukraine, you know, I mean, I am watching that to an obsession almost because I want to do it for my job. But on the other hand, I look at those women, as we are talking about international women. I know the men are really, really brave and because they're having to stay. But the women, I've looked at the strength.
It's heartbreaking as a mother as well.
I just wish we were allowed to do more.
To do more.
I hope it will change. I really do hope it will change. I know we've been talking about this today, that we've got to help. We have, and we want to.
I'm desperate to do something.
I'm desperate to do something.
We've got to be allowed the opportunity.
You haven't got a truck I could borrow, have you? And I'd drive over to Poland.
Do you know you would as well?
Yeah.
And
would you all come with me? Yeah.
Absolutely. We'll load it up. We'll load it up. And there'll be Gloria driving the biggest truck in the world. I love it. I absolutely love it. And Loose Women, of course, is on today. Like I said, you don't always agree, but you've always got each other's back.
Yeah.
It's a
and
sisterhood.
It would be a very boring show if we all agreed on everything. That's what I love about it. But it ends at the desk.
Of course it does.
Never carries on
Of course it does.
Great.
Thank you both.
Oh, no, thank you very much.
So
and you have a lovely day. What are you doing the rest of the day?
Oh, gosh, lots and lots of things. I don't know that I'm driving a truck, Gloria, but I may well do.
But you could come with me
Honestly,
if I get one.
Honestly, she'll be here at lunchtime. You need to just end it.
We'll start loading it up. Right, OK, starting now. That's it. That's
Come on
me.
Now,
I'm
I'll
sorry.
take the batteries out.
Thank you.
Takes me back to my box.
Great to see you. It really is. Don't forget, you can watch full episodes of Lorraine on the ITV Hub and all the best clips, compilations and playlists right here on our channel. Just subscribe now and you'll never miss an upload. Click here to watch another video similar to this one, or click here to head to our channel's homepage to explore all of our exciting videos.